Thank you. I love you too. Thank you for watching. I just got that comment, and I want to tell you that I'm here to share with you the police, okay? And no, I'm not formal about anything. I'm not censored, and I am not filtered, okay? So if you don't like the fact that I just throw my hair up and talk when I want to and write shit down and explain it to you, well, then this video is not for you, and neither are any of my podcasts, because I'm going to tell you exactly how it is, how I feel, what it's about, and the way it is. Whether I'm just waking up in the morning or just going to bed at night, or waking up in the middle of the night. I don't give a rat's ass if I'm smoking a bowl or if I'm drinking a Coca-Cola. I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to say it how I want to, and you're not going to tell me or convince me otherwise. So with that being said, I just threw my hair up, tossed my pearls off, still wearing my jeans, and threw a hoodie on. And I'm ready to talk. Smoked a bowl, and here we go. So with that being said, do you know that you can disqualify a judge? You can disqualify a federal judge, okay? Can a federal judge be recused? What does it mean for a judge to recuse themselves? Well, a federal statute provides that any federal judge, justice, or magistrate shall recuse in any proceeding in which his impartiality might reasonably be questioned. 28 USC 455, as well as in specific enumerated circumstances. What does it mean for a judge to recuse themselves? Judges recuse themselves when they take no part in deciding cases that they would otherwise help decide. And the due process clauses of the United States Constitution requires judges to recuse themselves from cases in two situations: where there is otherwise a strong possibility that the judge's decision will be biased. And that, I have all reason to believe, and none to doubt, is what has happened with the federal court in Burlington, Vermont with Judge Crawford. Because why? All of my filings are against the city, the county, the state, and the government. So with that being said, that would be reason enough, don't you think, that he would dismiss? But he should have recused himself, don't you think? Because I just read it to you, and he didn't do that. What he did was try to dismiss my orders, and he had this big write-up in the newspaper for Brattleboro Reformer. But you see, birds of a feather flock together, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with all the dismissals, because when the truth prevails, I'm going to get justice. I'm seeking justice from all these idiots out here that have continued to conspire crime and organize crime and try to kill my daughter with over-medicating her with wrong medications. She shouldn't have been on any medications, but they were giving her Vyvanse and shit that creates addiction after she had already fought addiction and won. So then they tried to subdue her and get her addicted again. Isn't that what happened? I have followed every bit of what's happened to my daughter. I don't care. I'm a mother. And this mother here is not going to give up. Not forever. My daughter knows that she has a mother that cares and loves her. I don't know what you care and what you do to go to extremes to make sure that your children are cared for and safe. But my daughter has been known to be vulnerable, abused, and a previous addict. And knowing that the state preys on people like that, like TJ Donovan, who is the Attorney General in Vermont, and Vincent Aluzzi in DCF, as well as mental health services, giving people medications that cause addictions and destroy the front left lobe of a woman's brain. Yeah, no good. That's why we file malpractice lawsuits in these states. Isn't that correct? Isn't that why I got the paper in preparation? I'm just saying. But there you go on that certain one. Now let's hear some more. How to disqualify a judge? Well, I can show proof that he's, elected by the officials, correct? And that he dismissed my cases that are against the officials and against the federal court clerk, Jeffrey Eaton. So where's my mail? And why did my mail get returned 3 days after it was noted in the, newspaper? Online. Look up Barnett Woman Sues and find for yourself that I was running for 2019 with the intent to run anyways until my home and my car were stolen, along with all my belongings, all of my personal information. Okay? Look that up right there. Do you know what you're going to see? Well, you just seen my name. But you're also going to see something like, hold on, because it takes a long time. You're going to see this right here. You see that? And then it goes off because they want you to pay for it. But that's Barnett Woman Sues. Why did I... On November 23rd, 2019, it was in the paper. Barnett Woman Sues, okay? A Barnett woman is suing the state of Vermont for $25 billion. Kimberly D. Crossan is also suing the U.S. Social Security Administration for $47 billion. And that's not all. And why did I file those? And once I filed those cases, what happened? I went downstairs and out the door because I seen that it's snowing, knowing that it's a crisis. And what happened? I forgot my phone. But as soon as I realized I got my phone, it was before I even made it home. But there was a snowstorm. I couldn't turn around. And the fact that I had just filed a protection from abuse and harassment against the government because they had been illegally surveilling me. Like there was a white car. I took pictures of the white car. And I probably still have them on one of my accounts. Took a picture of the white car surveilling me. Why was that? Can you tell me? Nobody ever wanted to answer that. Nobody ever wanted to answer why I had a hitman call me 4 times in a row. August 16, 2019. It's listed in my protection from abuse and harassment against the state of the Vermont and the government up. Okay? And I'm putting this all out to you people again and now. Because why? Because I know that what they're doing is really frivolous. And now that I've got all the records again, everything came back in by email. And they haven't been able to get me in. But what I did get, I shared with everybody. So that means they would have to break into all of my friends' emails. Everybody on my email list. They'd have to break into all of your accounts to get the emails that I have sent to you. Isn't that something? And did you know that back in 2021, it was noted that the government can, what I call illegally, get into our data and take it? And that's what they've been doing. They did it when I was at the mansion as well. They took my emails. They disappeared for like over a month. Okay? Why didn't Mark Newell from Holland, Vermont ever get charged? Because that would be tampering with another informant, right? Because he works for the corrections office for the federal government, right? So anybody that's a snitch or anything like that, say the house of the Beehive on 109 Railroad Street in Island Pond, that's got an informant in it, people. Do you not understand that? And so they were trying to get me in trouble for saying that I was tampering with a federal... Because an informant is covered by federal agents, by the federal law. So that would be when he put in my daughter and everybody into his restraining order request for himself and his family, to include my daughters, not his family. But anyway, he put her in there. And that would be because if I was to talk to my daughter, then they would try to bump it up to a federal charge and say that I was tampering with a federal informant. Do you see what I'm saying? So, since Brianna was 14 years old, he was 22 and sleeping with my daughter. And she also was found to be abused by Jeff Hare, who was the supervisor of Border Patrol, which we all know, the Homeland Security Border Patrol. They are the hub of what? Sex, human trafficking, and all kinds of trafficking, right? And so, remember, we got another one for you. Hold on. Let's go 18 USC 241. Definition of 18 USC 241 intimidation tactics.
This came back from a search.
Section 241 makes it unlawful for 2 or more persons to agree to injure, threaten, or intimidate a person in the United States. Deprivation of rights under color of law. 242 of Title 18 makes it a crime for a person acting under color of law. Persons acting under color of law within the meaning of. Okay? Criminal civil rights statute receives scant recognition as a civil rights enforcement provision and is often eclipsed by itself. If 2 or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district in the United States. And that's what the federal government has done to me and my daughter. Or laws of the United States, or because of his having no exercise the same, or if 2 or more persons go in disguise on the highway. Okay, we already read that one. They shall be fined under the title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results, which they almost killed my daughter by overdosing her and her disappearing, and then what ended up happening? She was found how many times in the hospital down in Florida? She was also abused, raped, and beaten. Okay, this all ties into what I just read you. 18 USC 241, code 241, okay? That's a federal statute right there. So then we're going to go, tell me the statute for 18 USC 1503.
According to Department of Justice, Section 1503 of Title 18, United States Code, as amended by the Victim and Witness Protection Act of 1982, forbids tampering with or retaliating against any grand or petit juror, or any officer in or of any court of the United States by threats or force or by endeavors to influence, intimidate, or impede. Section.
Okay, so therefore, I'm a witness, my daughter's a witness, so why are we being tampered with? Okay, I'm a witness against them. Why? Because they violated me, and I'm a survivor of the violations, and that's why I today continue to come forward. I'll say 18 USC 1502. Tell me what 18 USC 1505.
According to Department of Justice, Section 1505 of Title 18, United States Code, as amended by the Victim and Witness Protection Act of 1982, forbids anyone from corruptly, or by threats of force or by any threatening communication, influencing, obstructing, or impeding any pending proceeding before a department or agency of the United States or...
That's what happened with my court hearings and filings, okay? So let's go to another one. Tell me 18 USC...
I didn't...
Tell me 18 USC 1512.
According to Department of Justice, Section 1512 of Title 18 constitutes a broad prohibition against tampering with a witness, victim, or informant. It proscribes conduct intended to illegitimately affect the presentation of evidence in federal proceedings or the communication of information to federal law enforcement officers.
I'm a victim of an alleged informant falsifying reports and statements to the Vermont State Police, which led to charges and a search warrant to my apartment, leading to me to have to go to a court hearing, leading to me getting a restraining order on my behalf because of the alleged informant's false, retaliative, and fictitious reports and statements, and the police involved were noted in the court hearing to have acknowledged, to have contacted, and to have not assisted, and that's a violation.